How's everybody doing out there? Probably the same folks I was talking to earlier. Well, there's Tim Morrell. I haven't seen him yet today. Good day, Timothy. Eric Beyer, Joe McBride. What's certain to be, or at least I hope certain to be, an exciting roll. Here's a 1960D roll from the Fed Reserve Bank of San Francisco. So this is an original bank wrap roll from 1960 Denver, which tells me we've probably got a jewel on our hands here. Hey, Steve A. So, oh, you know what I haven't done? Oh, this isn't good. Hang on just a second. Oy. Here I've been messing around. And I didn't do the sheet of names. So I have no idea who I'm pulling these coins for. So I will need to go ahead and create that. Print it, cut it, and bring it over here. And then we'll be ready to start. I can't believe I did that. Yeah, I shorted myself a few minutes here. Well, and I shorted you guys a few minutes too. But I can get it set up pretty quickly. Just have to get a couple of files open. Let's see here. We're on CRH 166. It'll be pretty simple to get this set up. It's just a matter of doing it. So I've got 3 for Adam Chambers. Here, I gotta get my keyboard back over here. I thought I was ready to go. Darn it, and I'm not. Got 3 for Adam Chambers. I got 3 for Adam Connor. Hello, what is going on? Okay. And then I've got 3 for Brian Pruitt. And then I've got 3 for Deanne. And then 3 for Eric Beyer. Three for Farm Dog. And then I've got 2 for Mr. Rojas. That's Javier Rojas. Then I have 3 for Jeff Dunn. And then I have 2 for Jeremy Johnson. Then I have 3 for Joe McBride. And then 2 for John Brandon Bowe. And then I have 3 for Kevin Speaks. 3 for Mike Birchman. 3 for Paul Hampton. Then I have 3 for Shannon McCord. And I have 3 for Sureg 2112. And then I have 2 for Sissy. And then 1 for Son of a Silverstacker. And I am short 1 spot. Wonder what went on there. Let me go back and find out. 3 for Adam Chambers, 3 for Adam Connor, 3 for Brian Pruitt, 3 for Deanne, 3 for Eric Beyer, 3 for Farm Dog, 2 for Rojas, 3 for Jeff Dunn. That's the problem. Jeff Dunn got shorted. There we go. Okay. So let me change. And what's... Oops. Okay. Now I'm ready to print it. I can't believe I did this. Well, I guess I can. No, nobody missed anything yet. I'm just being a dork. And you'll hear my printer kick up and you'll hear it print. Then you'll hear me chopping a few things on a paper cutter and then we'll be ready to go. I for sure thought I had this ready. Can't believe I didn't. We've got 16 people in here watching right now. I do blame sleep deprivation. That's what it is. Sleep deprivation gets me every time. I overcome. Lots of coffee. Now I've been sitting in here biting my time from the last time that we were online together, doing a little bit of family tree research. I don't know why. I just decided I'm in the area where my father's family, my father's mother's family, my grandmother's family was and is, and I'm sure there's members of the family around. The place I'm moving to is like 6 miles away from where my grandmother was born, and about 10-12 miles away from where my father was born. So I'm figuring most of her family is around. So the idea, anyhow, is to do enough family research to see if I can find people who are alive today and see if maybe they might want to be contacted or contact me with regard to my grandmother's life, who was mostly away from North Carolina. So just a dream, just a thought. Okay, now I'm going to step away briefly and I'm going to go ahead and cut these. Okay, that's it for that. I got my 50 names together. I got everything ready. And now, welcome to the show. Yeah, that was interesting. Okay, so I got my 50 names together. I got everything ready. Now, I can put them in the bag. Shake them up real good. Get my tool, which I found about an hour ago. Go ahead and start working on getting this roll open. Let's see who else came in during the time that I was out playing. Well, Jessica came in. Tim Morrell. Let's see. Randy, Jeff Dunn, Seamus Omaha, Yoman Gull, Fox Run Forge, Andy Snowville, Paul Hampton, Randy, Kevin Speaks, Adam Connor. How is everybody doing? Oh man, I hope we run into a lot of good stuff. Now, something interesting about this particular roll is this right here, if you can see it. Oh yeah, you'll be able to see it. So there was a guy by the name of Ronald something. The rest of his name is over here, McBride. So Joe, you might be related to this guy in one way or another. This guy's name was Ronald McBride. He lived on 1624 Grant in Calistoga, California. If you go out and you look on the YouTube channel and you look at the what am I trying to say? The title screen, the title thumbnail for this particular video, you're going to see a picture of a house in the corner. That house is at that address. That's where this gentleman lived when he collected this roll. That's kind of cool. It's the first time I've ever been able to do that, was trace back a roll that far back. So Adam Connor is going to get the first coin in the roll. And I'm going to have to dust this one off a little bit. It's got too much of that dusty stuff on it for me to tell. Okay, it's not an RPM. It does not appear to be an RPM. Okay, that's what I was looking for. This is coin number 1 out of the roll. It is the very first coin on the end of the roll, which is why it's a little dusty. Hello, Jeremy. Yeah, so we have a picture of where this coin, where this roll used to live. So cool. It's neat when you can do something like that. Oh, that one's got a spot on it. Ack. I don't like spots. Okay, so that's coin number 1 for Adam Connor. We don't have anything on this coin, so we're going to move on to coin number 2 and see if we can find something exciting to talk about. What's up, Bulldog? Well, I'm glad you were able to show up. I'm going to try this. Agnes Semenya. Is that correct? Agnes Semenya? Mr. Pruitt gets the second coin out of the roll. Let's take a look at it and see what we have here. Well, let's see. Well, I'm showing nothing on this one too, unfortunately. We do have some flaky stuff from the paper, little fibers that came out of the rolling paper. There's a little struck through above the Y. You can tell it's a struck through because there's nothing raised around the outside edge of that mark. If there was anything raised around the outside of that mark, it would be damaged because it would be something that would have hit the coin after it left the chamber, like that little hit right there. But this little guy was made while the die was striking the coin. No metal displaced except straight down. That's how you can tell. Let's take a look at the other side, see what happened on the other side. $1960D is not an issue for which there are double die reverses really known. That doesn't stop me from looking. I still want to know, you know. If it's there, we're going to see it. No, they're not always, Randy. Jeremy Johnson. Jeremy Johnson gets the next coin right here. These have all been large date so far, which is generally normal to get all large date or all small date in a roll. They're usually not mixed. However, I would imagine for a couple of days they might have been mixed. But you're also talking about a schedule of about 200 days of minting coins, and only one day would they possibly have been mixed. That would have been sometime in January because they did not mint small date coins very long before they changed the dies out. And they did that because the design on the small date was very weak. There were a lot of areas where they were chipping and breaking, and they had a whole lot of problems with the dies. So they changed the design a little bit to make it a little more strikeable, made new dies, and started minting coins in January of the large date. That's why the Philadelphia small dates are so hard to find. All of the bags of Philadelphia small dates were made within the first few weeks of January 1960. There's another one. Got nothing on this one. This one's for Deanne here. No, it was not an RPM, Randy. No RPM did I see. If it were an RPM, I'd have stopped. No RPM, no double die lid. Let's take a look at the reverse real quick. Now the reverse, I see this is a relatively sharp early to mid die state coin. You can see that the flow lines coming off the tops of the letters are very, very short. Very sharp outer edges. You got yourselves an early die state coin here. Unfortunately not a double die though. But that does lay a little bit of a promise for some of the other coins in the roll. There could possibly be some chance that there could be a double die in there, and it would be somewhat easy to see because, well, it appears as though most of these coins are earlier die state. Timothy Morell, I do not believe you did. I don't think you got any coins from this roll. 1960D is one of those that I don't see very many original rolls out there. Original full bank wrapped rolls. I do see some tubed rolls once in a while. Those usually bring pretty good luck. This one is a really minor RPM, but I don't know that it's going to be anything I can list. But I will separate it nonetheless because I'm able to see it. And I will zoom in on it now so that you can see it too. Then we'll both know what we're looking at. Yeah, it's there. Boy, is it ever minor, though. You know what? I don't think there's enough here to really count. See if I can see it on the lower serif. No, there's just not enough there. It is a very slight tilted RPM, but it's just not enough to count. It's one of those little baby ones, as Jessica likes to call them. Just not enough there for my taste. We'll keep looking, though. We've got a lot more coins to go through. We're only on the 5th coin in the roll. Let's take a look at the reverse on this one and see if anything happened that would be worth a lesson. Okay, I'll go back to coin number 3, and I'll look at it again since Randy insists that it has to be an RPM. I'll go back and take a good look at it because, you know, honestly, I'm not 100% sure. So I can't tell him to be quiet and sit down until I go back and look at it for sure. This is coin number 3. Coin number 3 going to Jeremy Johnson. I'm going to pull it back out here. We're going to take a look at the mint mark for an RPM. I'm not even sure what we're looking at, but it's not an RPM. Okay, I'll zoom. I'll play the game. Are you talking about the tiny baby splits in the bottom serif? There, it is an RPM. It's not going to be enough for me to list. It's just way too tiny. I'm at 100x here and I can barely see it. So, yes, I will give it to you that it is an RPM. I will not give it to you that it's going to be a creditable, listable RPM. Well, it is on the top too. But man, this is tiny. Tiny, small, tiny. I just don't see anything I can list here. I'm not going to be able to get a good photograph of it. And as soon as a coin wears down to AU condition, it'll disappear completely from you. You won't be able to see it anyway. So you'd have to find full BU coins in order for that RPM to even count. But it is an RPM, so I will give you that. I don't know how you saw it, but I will give you that it is an RPM. Let me get this thing off of this D. It looks like a little FRB hair. There we go. That was bothering me, because I've got a couple of marks to look at. I want to see if this happens to be an RPM or no. That thing running down the middle of the D is a die scratch. It's a die scratch that's related to all the other die scratches you see around. And if we have a split on the lower serif, it's going to be a fly spec split. And so fly spec splits I don't do. I don't even like trying to say it. We're looking for things that are noticeable here. We're not looking for things we have to really dig in and hunt for. If I tell you it's an RPM and you still have to squint to see it, I'm not going to list it. All good, Randy. You jump up and scream next time you think you say something, or see something, not say. If you see it, say it. Just don't spray it. Let me turn the light down just a little bit. Just in case you guys are trying to sleep. I don't want to blind you. Hello, CVS. How are you doing today, my brother? Got coin number 6 going to Deanne now. And coin number 7 comes out. Lucky number 7 to Farm Dog. Let's see what Farm Dog ends up with here. Yeah. So a lot of these have a little paper dust on them. Not an RPM here. That is a die scratch, not a double die lid. It's parallel with the other die scratches out here in the field. That gives me a really good hint that it's a die scratch. That's one of those things that when you're trying to find markers and when you're looking at different things for possible doubling or possible markers or possible something else, you want to check everywhere around. Not just look at, don't hyper-focus in the one area that you happen to have found something. Look around to different areas around the surface of the coin as well. That will help you determine what you really have, because there could be clues everywhere around the coin that you're not looking at that says, that's not a double die, that's just die wear, because, well, it's over here and it's over here and it's over here. So it's one of those things that you want to make sure you're looking for. You got to order a new scope today. Yours is on its last leg. Optitech scope. I don't know anything about that. Of course, you also know that I'm not a huge proponent on the digital microscopes. I haven't found one yet that does publishable quality photos. Yeah. Are we going to end up with a dud roll on a 1960D? You serious? Up to coin number 8 now. Still haven't found anything of collectible value. I want to get like 1960D DD01 or DD02. I want to find $1 million in this roll. Give it all away. The philanthropist I am. That's right, folks. Smash that like button for me. It doesn't cost you anything, and it really helps out in my exposure to new viewers. Nothing like having new viewers out there. Had a number of new viewers lately. Number of people recently speak up and join up to bid on the auctions on Sunday and on Tuesday. By the way, Jessica, how's it going with the new computer? You got your computer back. I'm hoping that everything's okay and that you're going to be able to do the auction day after tomorrow. What say you? Jessica from across the room scrambling to get back to the keyboard to type something in. Yeah, we're going to find a big coin. One of these days, we're going to find a real big coin. Real nice one. Lucky number 10 goes to Sissy Atwell. And Sissy Atwell will pick up a... Yeah, see, Randy is going to call every coin the lucky coin. That way, when we actually do hit something, he'll say, oh, I knew that. See, just like this right here. This is an RPM. You can see a secondary split down on the bottom, serif. This one is going to be a listable RPM because it is enough to actually see. Yes, we can actually see this one. See that right there? Let me turn the light up a little bit. Give you guys a little brighter light so that you can see that there is a second serif under here. So now Randy gets to say, I knew that was coming. There's actually a split on the upper serif as well. So we do have a minor RPM here. This one is a listable RPM. And let's see what we have for additional markers. First of all, we have a die scratch coming out of the southwest corner of the mint mark. That helps us a lot. Then we got a bunch of north and south die scratches out in front of the chin above the date. I think that'll be enough for us to use. We'll be able to get pretty far with it. So yeah, all in the last, I would say hour and a half, I found my great grandfather. Yeah. Found a record for my great grandfather. 4 greats. It's my dad's 3 greats grandfather. Through his maternal side. So we have my grandmother, whose maiden name was Bertha, and her father was Elijah. His wife was Nancy. Nancy's father was Jesse. Elijah's father was David. His father was Lewis, and his father was William. I found all that out in the last hour. Go back to what United States? Which one? Coin number 10? Is that what we're talking about? Adam. I think I'm kind of thinking... What did you want to see on United, buddy? Are you seeing the reflective tops of the letters like this, where they're reflecting off the rim and it looks kind of like you're seeing doubling? Is that what you're seeing? Let me sit you down. Let me talk to you a minute, son. I know you may be well educated and all, but I've been doing this since you were knee-high to a grasshopper. I know what reflections look like, my man. It's all good, though. You're excited. You want to find something just as bad as I do. Hey, look at this. That's a nice RPM right there. Bam, baby. We found us a good one. We found us a good one. Hello, Mr. Crescent. We finally got a really good RPM out of this. We got a more minor RPM, but now we've got a really good RPM. We've got something to really chew down and try for. So let's see what we got here. This one's Adam Chambers, too. Adam Chambers tends to get a lot of the good coins out of these rolls, and I have no idea why. Because I am definitely pulling names at random. I guess it's just that he buys the max in just about every single roll I do. So his odds of finding stuff in a roll are going to be a little bit better than other people who don't buy the max in every single roll. But that is a really nice RPM there. Has a heavy die scratch coming out of the top of the 6. So that we can definitely remember. And what I have to do now, embarrassingly enough, even though I'm, like 20 minutes behind on my show because I was a moron, I'll go ahead and say it. You guys don't have to. I'm going to have to go back and find that RPM that I had opened before because I did not put it on the stack. Get my bottle out of the way so I can... This isn't it. That's not it. That's not coin number 9. Does anybody remember which coin number it was? Here's coin number 8. Is this it? A minor double mint mark. Coin number 8. Is this it? No, that does not appear to be it. How about coin number 7? Could it have been coin number 7? I just noticed I didn't lay it off to the side. I don't think it's this one. I'll find it later. Was it lucky number 10? It's the only coin I haven't looked at in the stack, so it probably is. Randy, you're on top of it today, brother. We got that. So that's die number 1. So the one I just put out there with the die scratch coming out at the top of the 6 is die number 2 for the roll. Hello, Jimmy. I'm doing pretty well today. I hope you are too. This is for coin number 12 now. That's Jeff Dunn. Jeff Dunn will get coin number 12. Oh, beautiful. It's doubled everywhere. Oh, no, wait a minute. I haven't focused. There we go. And it looks like we've got nothing on this one. Do I have your approval to move on, Mr. Strickland? I need glasses. Everybody needs glasses. I'm the only one who's right. Everybody else is wrong. I don't get it. Right. That's coin number 12. The rolls of quarters. I personally, if I could get 2 times face value for modern quarters, I'd take it. Depending on what your fees are and everything else, what you're charging for shipping and all that, how much time you have to mess with it. As for the, there's a little tiny struck through right there. As for the W mint quarters, they don't excite me at all. And if you go through all of the quarters, you're going to have a bunch of quarters, and you might have a couple of the W quarters. So let's say the W quarters are $20 a piece, and you find 3 of them, and you got 10 rolls. I'm just making this up. But if you got 10 rolls and you found 3 of the $20 quarters and 10 rolls, you're going to have, well, they're $10 a roll, so there's going to be $100 worth of quarters, and you're going to have 2 quarters that are going to be worth $20 a piece. So there's $120 basically. It's actually $119.50, but who's counting? If you sell the rolls outright at $20 a roll, no, it's not an RPM, Randy. You need glasses. There's nothing there, brother. Nothing at all. There are some nice double dies on the P mint, but there's also some nice double dies on the D mint. So the next one here is going to be for Joe McBride. This is going to be coin number 14. And And see, if you take all those rolls of quarters and say you had the 10 rolls of quarters that I was just comparing, you'd had $119.50 worth of quarters if you found, or actually, no, if you found 3 of them, you'd have $159.50. So $159.50 for 3 quarters worth $20 a piece, and the remnants of 10 rolls. If you just sell the rolls at double face, you end up with $200. What's better, 160 or 200? And at 200, you don't have to open them and go through them. At $200, you just get to resell them. Oh, Mr. Crescent, are we talking about the 2020 quarters, or are we talking about 1960 Lincoln cents? I'm guessing that you were talking about the cents, but then I realized you could possibly be talking about the quarters, since you haven't gotten any dement yet. Sounds like quarters. Eric Bayer. Eric Bayer gets coin number 15. Coin number 15 will be this little guy right here. And no, that's not an RPM. That's a hit on the lower part of the mint mark. Got a hit on the lower part of the mint mark. We're going to move up and see what else we have. We've seen this die before because we have a heavy die scratch right in front of the eye that is parallel to the die scratches that you see above and in front of the nose and forehead. That's an immediate tell that that is not a double die. That's when I had the conversation with you about looking around the surface of the coin for hints and clues that you do or do not have what you think you have. 2020 quarter, that's it. Okay, I got it. You guys have a conversation of your own going on over there, and I'm looking at a bag, names, quarters, and everything else, or quarters, pennies, and everything else, and I often fall short of being able to keep up with the conversation 100%. I have no idea what that is, so I'm going to very carefully remove it from the coin and put the coin back under the scope. That was a little piece of something that was big enough I could see it, sitting on the coin, laying on my desk, and now whatever it is right there. Right there. I wiped it off the coin and it just went onto my little piece of mat board. So this board that I'm using to put the coins on is a 2" by 2" cut square of mat board. It's like the typical bumpy mat board that you would use to mat a work of art to hang on your wall. And I've had this for over 20 years. I've been using the same piece of mat board. Mike Birchman comes next. Let's see what Mike Birchman has. Roadrunner, how you doing, buddy? If he catches you, you're through. Okay, this is another one of those. It's got all the die scratches coming off the nose and the front of the face. So that's going to be a nothing coin unless it has a big struck through or a partial indent or something really, really strange on the reverse as a one-off error. And that didn't happen. So we got a normal coin, number 17. Number 17 goes to Mike Birchman. Jared. Ken Peavy is deceased. That's why you haven't seen him around. He isn't with us anymore. This is a bag coin. I have no idea what this stuff is on here, but this was near the middle of a bank wrapped roll. So whatever this is came onto the roll either at the mint or at the bank. No idea. This looks like a coin that was in a bag or got dropped off on the floor or something. It's a very weird looking coin. Coin number 19 will go to Yo Man Gull. Yo Man Gull gets... looks like we have another example of the die number 1 RPM. This is the die number 1 RPM. This is the one that has the heavier die scratch coming up out of the 6 of the date, I do believe. Now we can try to remember this by... let me see if I can find a different marker to compare. Yeah, I know we had a die scratch out in front of the chin. Oh, this is it. This is it. The die scratch running southwest from the corner of the D. Jared, I don't really know what happened. All I know is that he got up one morning and had a note that he had passed on. I have no idea exactly when, where, or why. I don't believe it was COVID. Okay, same die as this one. That's what I thought I saw. Okay. Now that's coin number 19, going to be a second example of this die variety here. Let's take a look at coin number 20. Coin number 20 will go to John Brandon Bow. And get this focus back in on the coin. And no RPM. Let's take a look at the eye. Okay, and this is going to be... it's a new die to me. I haven't seen it. But we have no doubling on this one. A big heavy die scratch running through the Y of Liberty. That one will be easy to determine next time we see it. I have seen this because it's got that big heavy die scratch thing going across United. Alright. So this one will go onto the pile of normal coins. I know my air conditioner is loud. I wish it weren't, but it is. And I've got it set so that it shouldn't come on, but it's 79 degrees in here, so we'll just have to live with it. This one is not an RPM, not a double die. Can you hear my dog sitting next to me grunting and licking on his paws and stuff? He has some sort of an allergy to grass or something to that effect. A whole coin? Any one of them? Sure, I can do that. Sherman, hey. Hey, quit. Annoying little hound. Whole coin. Okay, here we go. There's one. Right there. Nice red shiny coin. Let's take a look at the other side. This one's got a couple of little marks out above the date. And it's got a spot on the shoulder. One out in front of the bridge of the nose. And oh, that's about it. But it is a nice red coin. Yeah, I think the guys will tell you that if you listen using headphones, you'll hear, quite often, you'll hear my air conditioner. This is one of those ones with the heavy die scratch out in front of the eye. That is eye as in optical eyeball, not letter I. Let's take a look at the reverse on this one. Okay, so Majestic, now that I've done it, why did we do it? Why did we look at the whole coin? You just wanted to see the overall condition of the roll? Inquiring minds want to know. At least I didn't ask you before I did it. I just did what you wanted me to do. I moved on from there. Well, this one's from Mr. Rojas. That does have the little die scratch running southwest. That is another example of the RPM. So we have another example of die 1 for the roll. It's going to be our third one so far. I will eventually have to go back through this roll and see that I didn't miss any others. Yeah, well, now that someone has mentioned the air conditioner making noise, you're going to hear it every time it comes on. Guarantee it. Hopefully in the house that I'm moving to, it won't have that kind of action when the air comes on. This is the loudest house I've ever lived in with regard to the air conditioner. As soon as it comes on, you know it. Sounds like a wind tunnel in here. All right, coin number 23 for Paul Hampton. Paul Hampton gets coin number 23. And we have negative reflex. Nothing here to see. Oh, I'd be really glad to move into a house that doesn't make a lot of noise every time the air comes on. That's interesting. A little bit of a lamination peel right in the center of the sea of scent. Try saying that real fast. 3 or 4 or 5. Or say it real fast 6 times. A lamination P in the center of the sea of scent. In the center of the sea of scent. Donamac. Good day, Donamac. It's 95 in Southwest Florida. Yeah, I'm figuring probably every bit of 85 here. It's pretty warm. It's not hot though, just pretty warm. Here's another example of our really nice RPM. This is the, I believe, die number 2 RPM that we have been pulling. Die number 2 for the roll. Let me check the other coin real quick and make sure that die scratch above the 9 is actually there. Here's the other coin that I believe could match this one. And it does not. Big split. Tiny split on the top, big split on the bottom. Very low punch mint mark. So let's check this one again. Nope, not the same die. It's not a very low punch mint mark. So we have a third die here. This is going to be die number 3 for the roll, and it's got a very heavy die scratch coming out of the 9 of the date going due north. It's a nice little RPM. Has splits on the upper and lower. There's a split on the lower. You can see it pretty well. So this will be die number 3 for this roll. Die number 3, and we're at coin number 24. We're just about to break over the mid mark of the roll. And we right now have a grand total of 3 different dies, 5 coins. Well, I know it's kind of sticky here. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't pull a name for that. So somebody's going to get an RPM here. Who is it? Jeremy Johnson. Jeremy Johnson will get this RPM. Didn't Jeremy Johnson already get an RPM? No, Jeremy did not already get an RPM. But he's going to get this one. I have 3 different dies in this particular roll now. Moving right along to the next one. Farm Dog. Farm Dog gets this coin, which Is not an RPM. Not an RPM, or not one that I could list. I think it's one of the really minor ones. I think it's that die that Randy picked out earlier. And it was like, yeah, RPM, but wow. Who's really going to collect those? Guess what I think I just found? Let's zoom this baby in and take a really close look at the initials, because I think I might have just found a minor double die reverse. No, nothing really there. I thought that F was doubled. Well, I guess it is just a little bit. Yeah, that is a really, really minor double die reverse right there. You turn the light up so we can see it better. Get it focused perfectly. Yeah, there's a split running right down the center of the F, the vertical line, and you can see how the the bottom left and top right of the F appear to have some light notching. So it is a very minor double die reverse. I'm going to hold it out. I probably won't be able to list it because it doesn't look like there's enough there. It's just right there on the initial. I don't see the doubling anywhere else. But I'll see if it's something that Mr. Wexler has listed in the past. If it is, then I'll get it listed too. If it is not, then I don't think there's going to be enough there for me to list. Yes, Mr. Rojas, we have found 3 different RPMs. You are the proud daddy of one of them. Found a total of 5 different dies so far. I'm going to put this coin for Farm Dog off to the side. I'm not necessarily going to call it a die variety until I get a better look under the other microscope. So I'm going to turn it sideways so I know that it's a coin with some question. Now I'm going to pull for coin number 26. Coin number 26 is going to go to Paul Hampton. Paul Hampton gets to see what his coin is right here. Oh, nice RPM. Nice, nice. This is a die number 2 for the day. Die number 2 for the roll. It's got the die scratch coming north off the 6 of the date. That's how I remember this one. It's our second example of this particular die in this roll. Got nothing going on the reverse that I can see. So I'll take this one off the wheel and put it in flip number 26 for Paul Hampton. Stick it in stack number 2 and go on to the next person. Next is Shannon McCord. Shannon McCord will get coin number 27. And coin number 27 has a little die gouge coming out of the west part of the D. See if we have anything else. I don't see anything else on the mint mark on this coin. Let's keep looking around, see what else we find. Oh, that's what this one is. This one is the one that has the die scratches coming out of the forehead and the nose that parallel the die scratches coming out in front of the eye, as in optical EYEI, not letter I. Nothing going on that side. So, have ourselves a normal coin with coin number 27 for Shannon McCord. Next one, Kevin Speaks. Kevin Speaks gets coin number 28. And coin number 28 is this right here. That is an RPM. This is the die number 3. This is the one with the heavy die scratch coming north out of the 9. So it's a die number 3. It's not really a baby split. This is actually a pretty decent split. But maybe that's because I'm comparing it to the other coins in the roll and not the other coins in the listings. And what do we have on the reverse? Nothing. So we'll take coin number 28 and move it along. Congrats, Kevin. Got yourself a die number 3. Now, coin number 29. Jeff Dunn. What do we have? Nothing at all. Not an RPM. Take a look at the reverse. Nothing there either. So that's coin number 29 in the normal pile for Jeff Dunn. Now for coin number 30. Coin number 30 goes to Mr. Rojas. Javier, this one's yours. What is it? Looks normal. Oh, but we do have a little flake of lamination down there. This little flake of lamination is liable to just fall right off the coin. It came off the rim. This is one of the forehead coins. I call this a forehead coin. So we know that's not a die variety. So maybe next time. Maybe. That's coin number 30 for Mr. Rojas. Number 31. Number 31 goes to Sureg. Sureg gets coin number 31. And it is a normal coin, as it appears. Normal eye. So nothing. So we are going to be doing the Sunday auction, 6 p.m. Central Time, right here on the Copper Coins channel. Will be Jessica Johnson doing her thing, having an auction. We're almost somewhat back to normal after the house fire of her wonderful mother, Fonda Gull. Almost back. I'm sure Fonda's not back to normal, but at least there's some normalcy in her life now. Sureg gets coin number 32 now. Coin number 32 will be this one. And I see nothing. At the end of this stream, sure, I can do it at the end of this stream. Now that someone has asked, I can do that. I have a little bit of getting ready to do, but I can certainly do the getting ready. And remember that we did 2 rolls yesterday for Saturday. Now there's going to be 2 rolls today for Saturday. I have to remember which rolls they were that I got ready, though. I believe what today's rolls are going to be is 1964D and 1955 Philadelphia. 1955P, folks. Yeah. You say there's no way you're going to find the double die in those rolls. Well, you never know because the rolls haven't been opened. So we take our chances. We see what we see. I've seen a lot of 1955 rolls and I've never found a double die. So it would be a great day if I did. Find it for you. Whomever buys the spots in this roll. The little wrench emoji signifies that you are a moderator for the channel. And I do that because I have to manually assign every moderator in the channel. And because I have to manually assign every moderator in the channel, if someone came in with the name Andrew Snowvell and was a gray name, I would know it's not you and I could boot them immediately because they're stealing names. And they've done it before. They go into a stream and they somehow mask themselves as a person who's in the stream, and then they start posting all sorts of profanities. Son of a Silver Stacker gets coin number 34. And coin number 34 goes like this. I am a normal coin. Sorry to you, I'm a normal coin. That's the theme song for coin number 34. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope YouTube doesn't bust me for trying to be a musician. And in case they do, I hold no ownership or rights to that song. Yep, Andy, they do get that bored that they're going to come onto a channel like this and decide, you know, I think I'll just disrupt things. Let me steal somebody's name and start bidding on an auction item way beyond realistic pricing, just confuse everyone and cost everybody extra time and energy just because I'm bored and, well, I'm intelligent enough to know how to do it. That's how it works. Mr. Crescent, you don't go to coppercoins.com to register. You go to your email and send an email to coppercoinspayments@gmail.com. Tell us your name and your PayPal email address, and we will get you registered immediately. This is like 4 coins from the same die in a row now. And the message just isn't there that there's nothing on this die for us to really be looking at. So I keep having to move on. Looking for a double die, folks. RPM double die anything. Anything. This one? No, it's not die 1. Later die state, markers aren't the same. This is the one that has the line running through the center of the mint mark. No, it's not a crack, it was a die scratch, but it was a later die state, so it's not the same die. Alright, that's Sir Eggs number 36, now to number 37. 37 goes to Paul Hampton. Paul Hampton. Coin number 37 appears to be a normal coin. There's my wind tunnel shutting down again. Now you guys should be able to hear me better. I don't have to yell to be heard. It's amazing how much noise that thing makes. Randy, brother, if you weren't talking, I wouldn't be schooling you. So there's only one good thing that can come out of this. Education. And that's exactly what we're here for. So, every time you see something, say something. Jump up, raise your hand, whatever it takes, and get some attention. That's how we learn. Some of us learn by reading and studying, and some of us learn by asking a lot of questions. This is die number 1 right here. Die number 2, I'm sorry. It's die number 2, I believe. Yeah, I got a frog in my throat for some reason. Yeah, this is die number 2. Randy says it's die number 2. It must be die number 2. Yeah, this happens to me once in a while. I don't know if it's a remnant of my smoking from years back, or if it's, I don't know, maybe just I need more drink. Not alcohol, I mean coffee. Need something, right? Okay, so this die number 2 goes to Deanne. Deanne gets herself a nice RPM. And here we go on to coin number 39 for Brian Pritt. Mr. Pritt, here is your coin. What do we get? What do we get? This is it, Randy. This is die number 1. Later die state. Not a whole lot of swirly die scratches all over the place like with the other coin that we looked at. And the mark to the southwest is rather weak. And there's also a big die scratch out in front of the chin. That was another marker that I used. We can also say there's a whole bunch of die scratches up and down around the TY of Liberty. Here is the reverse side. The reverse side of this coin shows us nothing at all. And so coin number 39 is going to go into the pile of RPM 1 for the roll. And coin number 40, Adam Connor. Coin number 40 will go to Adam Connor. This is coin number 40 right here. And does not appear to be anything remarkable. Nothing on the obverse. What was the question I missed? Got a plate coin. Want to get it slabbed. Where's the best place to send it that will recognize the plate designation? NX is the only place that'll do it. PCGS only recognizes cherry picker listed varieties. And NGC is basically the same. A little bit of a difference in how that works. ICG will only attribute by Coneca number and by Breen number and by Cherry Picker's Guide number, but they will not do Wexler numbers and they will not do numbers out of my system. The only one that will do the numbers out of my system is NX. John Brandon Bow. John Brandon Bow gets coin number 41. Here is coin number 41. That's the one with the little die dot coming out of the D. So this one's going to be a nothing. This is the forehead coin. Right there. The forehead die, I might say. And take a look at the reverse. I'm sorry this thing flashes so much, but it's just because these coins are so bright. They reflect back and mess with the exposure value on the camera. That's what happens when we have extremely bright rolls. Oh, Mr. Pruitt. Come in a little late, did ya? Well, we got, what, 9 coins left? 8 coins? Jeff Dunn. Jeff Dunn gets this coin. It's another one of the forehead coins. We just saw this die. Looking at this die again. So we're going to check for errors because we know there's no doubling on the coin. And nothing there. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in its holder for Jeff Dunn. And then we'll pick out the next roll. Coffee break, did you notice? All right, here we go. Eric Beyer gets the next coin in the roll. Coin number 43. And coin number 43 is... well, it's another forehead coin. Bam. It's also a spotty one. Spotty forehead coin. Bad spotty forehead coin. That's about as geeky as talk can get. We are chastising an uncirculated coin for having spots on a live stream where at least 2 or 3 people understand what I mean when I say forehead coin. And then when I say spotty forehead coin, they know exactly what I'm talking about. This isn't a forehead coin. This is not one of the forehead coins. This one is the Randy Mistake coin. It's the one with the die scratched to the southwest out of the D, but it's not the RPM. I'll take a look at the other side real quick and see what we have going on the other side. Nothing at all, man. Joe McBride, coin number 44. Now for coin number 45. Coin 45 out of the row goes to Farm Dog. Let's take a look at coin number 45 right now. And, well, it doesn't appear that Farm Dog has anything exciting. It looks like the really minor RPM that we have been skipping over because it's not enough to list. Flip it over, take a look at the other side, see what happened there. Got nothing for an individual coin error. So we move on. Did you like my name for that one, Kevin? The Randy Mistake coin? Hey, you know what? If you're going to jump up around here and you're going to sound off, expect that I'm going to remember who you are. And when I need to come up with a name, your name's going to be one of the first I'm going to mention. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How does that work out? Got 5 names left. We got 5 coins left. Yo Man's the next one. Yo Man will get this coin right here. So, looks like it could be a really minor RPM as well. I believe it's the same die as the last coin that we just looked at. Got nothing on that side. Did you notice, Kevin, how Randy's real quiet all of a sudden? Once I start naming coins, normal coins after him. Was a pretty good roll, Dan. You got a couple of RPMs out of this, I do believe. At least one. I know you've got one. Maybe a couple. They're not the biggest and best RPMs, but they are kind of neat. There's Sissy Atwell for 4th from the end of the roll. And here we have... this is a pretty minor RPM. Let's see, is this one of the ones I was... No, it's not one of the ones I was pulling out. I think this is the one that was really minor that I didn't want to mess with. Yeah, I must have hurt his feelings. Either that or he's munching on something and can't take a break from it right now. I think this is the one that had the... I'm just going to keep that one coin out to check it for the minor double die reverse. I don't think I really want to mess with getting too in-depth with minor double die reverses that are probably not listable anyway. But, you know, if it is a minor double die reverse and I can get a photo of it, it's going to actually be rather exciting because we just don't have any double die reverses for 1960D. There's Randy. It just went over his head. That's all. What's up, Randy? What you got for me? You ask me a question, buddy. Here's a real die number 1. I do have another die 1 for the roll. It's this little guy right here. You're raising a baby bird. Had him for about 3 weeks. Would chill on your desk with your coins and stuff. I hear a punchline coming. And so one day he pooped on your coin. What do you clean it off with? Water. And turned it bright silver. Great, now you've got a toned coin. I think if you get xylene, put xylene on it, it'll take that color off too. Here is another die 2. Beauty must die 2. For the roll. Jessica's going to end up getting to identify these. I can tell you, Tim. If you go up to the top left corner and you click on the little link for die variety search, you can put your search criteria in. Usually just the date, mint mark, or something like that, or the type of die you're looking for with the date and the mint mark. Oop, that was Eric Byers' coin. That was for Eric Byer, and the last coin in the roll goes to Mr. Pruitt. And this will be Mr. Pruitt's coin. So it's sitting at the end of the roll, but it is a die number 2 for the roll. Die number 2 for the roll. It's a really nice looking RPM. I don't know that I've ever heard of bird poo changing the color of a coin. It's probably got, I don't know, maybe acid in it. Don't they eat a lot of citric acid like in berries and stuff? They eat poisonous berries too. I think of birds that eat berries that'd kill us. Well, how you doing, Silver Surfer? I gotta make you a mod. I modded you. Well, and there we have it. 50 coins, 1 full roll, 1960D, a few RPMs. All right, pop this out, put it in its holder, and we'll take a look at what we've got. Here's the damage for the roll. We have a rather healthy pile of normal coins out of this roll. Rather healthy pile. And then for die number 1, this is going to be the rather minor RPM. We've got coins numbered 39, 22, 19, and 10. For die number 2, which is a very nice RPM, we've got coins numbered 49, 38, 26, and 11. Those go to Adam, Polhampton, Deanne, and Eric. Next on the list is die number 3. Die number 3 is another pretty nice RPM that sits a little lower. 28 and 24. Going to Jeremy Johnson and Kevin Speaks. And then there's this coin that I held out because I think it may be a possible minor double die reverse. It's coin number 25, and it belongs to Farm Dog. Now, it's likely if I do find this to be a double die, I will find more of them in the roll. I just pulled that one coin out to check it. And that, folks, is what we have. Could listen to me narrate audiobooks all day long. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And let's see what else we have going on here. What do you want, dog? I got this dog sitting right under. He wants to go outside. That's what he wants. About time for us to go anyway. 3 o'clock is about time for him to be outside. All right, folks, I appreciate it. Thank you guys for coming around. I will have another reveal this afternoon, this evening, kind of. It's going to be at 5 o'clock. We're going to do a 1942 Philadelphia tubed roll. And then at 9 o'clock tonight, we're going to do a 42D tubed roll. Now we'll get into doing the selling. I'm going to open up my sheet. Dog can just stare at me for another 3 minutes. I gotta get this done. Time to work. Wait a minute. 5 o'clock Eastern time. Yes, all my times are in Eastern because I am 100 miles from the Atlantic Ocean in the state of North Carolina, near Raleigh. And let me get my stuff open. Hang out, folks. Just a moment. Currently experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by. Okay. I know this sounds weird, but we're going to do reveals numbered 171. Sorry, is that right? Is that 171? Will you quit misbehaving, you stupid thing? Yeah, we're going to do reveals numbered 171 and 184. This is in addition to the 169 and 170 that we're going to be doing tomorrow. And I will bill you for them today. I'll bill you for them today. So here's our first one. This is going to be original roll reveal number 171. 171 is going to be a 1957 Denver. Original bank wrap roll. Oh, wait, don't go anywhere yet. Don't go anywhere yet. Don't go anywhere yet. That was a... Well, just go ahead. They're going to be $3 a coin. So that's the part that I missed. $3 a coin. Maximum of 3 coins per person. Go ahead and get going. So Eric Beyer takes 3. Eric Beyer for 3. Now we've got Deanne for 3. Sureg for 3. Oops. And then we've got... No. Sureg takes 3. Now Steve A. gets 1. Now we've got Joe McBride for 3. Randy for 3. Adam Chambers for 3. Timothy Morrell takes 3. Yeoman Gull takes 2. And Farm Dog for 3. Did you want 3 Farm Dog or 1? You just said bin. I'm not sure what you meant. These are 3 apiece, Randy. Farm Dog wants 3. Okay. So that's Yeoman for 2, Farm Dog for 3, Jeff Dunn for 3. Oh, he said bin 3 right after. Okay. I see bin, and then I stopped right there. I didn't look too down from that. I see bin 3. Okay. So Hawkeye gets 3. Techstar gets 3. Let's see how many I got left. About 10, roughly. Techstar gets 3. Donald Harmon gets 3. Paul Hampton gets 3. Sissy Atwell for 3. And let's see. Adam Chambers, he already got 3. Okay, so here's where we stand. I want anyone who has not already spoken up. If you want any spots in this roll at $3 per coin, I have 5 remaining. I have a total of 5 remaining. I will give anyone who's not spoken up already. Okay, so there's Donamac, up to 3. Anyone else who has not spoken already has dibs on the last 2 coins in the roll. I've got 2 coins remaining in the roll. Anyone who has not already spoken has dibs on those 2 coins. I'll give it a few seconds to see if anybody replies. Yeah, exactly, Tim Morrell. Exactly what Adam said. Wait until the coin. Wait until the die is listed on the website. Make sure that the die is listed on the website first. And your photos have to be showing publicly on the Copper Coins website. Then send it in with a request that it get a plate coin designation. Okay, so we're gonna have a fight. I got 2 coins left. Donamac, I can't count you for the 2 because you just got 3. So you're going to have to go into the pool with everyone else. And I'm going to do a second round to go. And as soon as I hit go, and you're going to show up underneath me, I'll give 1 coin to each person, the first 2 people who say bin. There we go. First 2 people who say bin will get a coin. We got Joe McBride and Adam Chambers put a 2 in, but I'll call that a bin. So we've got Joe McBride and Adam Chambers for those. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. That roll is now closed. Now, 1955, Philadelphia. 1955, Philadelphia. The roll is Guarantee Trust Corporation of New York. It is an original bank-wrapped roll from 1955. Right there. I'm going to give you guys a shotgun start. These are going to be 7 per coin, 3 coin max, 7 a coin, 3 coin max. Who got the second coin? Adam Chambers did. All right, get your trigger fingers ready. Get ready to pull the trigger on this 1955 roll. $7 per coin, 3 coin maximum. There we go. Let me know what you'd like out of it. All right, Yo Man Go for 3. Deanne for 3. Chuck Patillo. Hello, Chuck. For 2. Joe McBride for 2. Eric Beyer for 3. Techstar for 2. Farm Dog for 3. No, for 2. Sorry. Farm Dog for 2. Sureg for 3. Jeff Dunn for 3. Paul Hampton for 2. Randy for 3. Then we've got, what's next? Adam Chambers for 3. And then we've got Tim Morrell for 3. And then we've got Hawkeye for 3. And then Donamac for 2. 3 different times. She did not want to miss that. Donna Mack for 2 and Donald Harmon for 3. That means we have a few coins left. We do have a few coins left in here, so we're going to have a round 2. I've got a grand total of 10 coins. No, I'm sorry, not 10. I've got a grand total of 8 coins remaining. I've got 8 coins remaining. I will give anyone a chance at $7 per coin after I say go for the second round. And I'm going to do a 7 per coin, 3 per person, max, on the second round, so you could have up to 6 coins in this roll. Anybody's guess as to who's going to get these, because everyone is eligible. There you go. Second round, $7 a coin, up to 3 per person maximum. Eric Beyer wants 2 more. Deanne wants 3 more. Sureg wants 3 more. So that's 8. That went fast. Eric Beyer twice, Deanne 3. And then Sureg for 3. And that's what I've got, folks. Why is the reveal number 184 the 1955P? Well, that's because I've already set my rolls for next week and decided I needed to do another roll on Saturday, so it went after the end of next week's rolls. So that's why. Not a big issue. Now, in this particular second round, the first 3 people in the second round got all of the coins that were remaining in the roll. So Joe McBride, Paul Hampton, Hawkeye, Techstar, Adam Chambers, Sissy Atwell, and Donna Mac and Don Harmon are not going to be able to get into additional coins in this roll. It really has a lot to do with the speed of your trigger finger and the speed of your internet. Papa Giorgio 1 always pays via PayPal. We don't accept any other forms of payment at this time. We only accept PayPal. You can do PayPal through a credit card. You can use a credit card on PayPal. Pay with a credit card on PayPal or a debit card on PayPal. You don't even have to be a member. All you have to do is go to paypal.com. Actually, I'm going to send you an invoice, and you'll be able to pay it using paypal.com, even though you may or may not be a member of PayPal. But you had to be a member of PayPal to register with us. So that's what we accept, PayPal payments. Hey, folks, I really appreciate it. I thank you for stopping by. I've got about an hour and a half before my next broadcast. I need to get my dinner done. So I do appreciate it. I appreciate everyone stopping by. Well, we got 35 people. 37 people, actually. 37 people here. So be here at 5 o'clock. We'll go through this next roll. And that's going to be the 42 Philadelphia roll. And I will talk to you guys later. Thank you.